Hi, this is Chris, Video Game Dust Leaves, and you're listening to GDS podcast with my co-host, Linda, aka the Gamer Girl,
Hey everybody.
and my guest gamers, BonesZ06,
What's up?
DanCavDragon,
How's it going?
Retro Mikey 78,
Cowabunga, everyone.
and Bearded Pete, which is WavesNGames.
What's up, Wave Riders?
First segment is Sleeve It or Leave It. Would you sleeve Donkey Kong Country Dan?
Donkey Kong Country for the
Super NES?
SNES. Yes, I would definitely sleeve this game. I like this series a lot, so it means a lot to me. So yeah, I would definitely sleeve it.
Linda,
Yes. It's a definite yes.
Mikey,
Yeah, I'd say it's a classic game. I'd sleeve it.
Bones,
I'd sleeve that.
and Peter.
Oh, most definitely. How could you not sleeve Donkey Kong Country?
And the next title is Batman for the NES. Bones, would you sleeve it or leave it?
Yeah, I'd sleeve that one as well.
Dan?
Yeah, this was a good game. I would definitely sleeve this.
Oh, you'll sleeve this Batman game, but you won't sleeve the other Batman.
Yes.
Ooh.
Linda?
I would sleeve this one.
Mikey?
Yes, definitely sleeve this. Great beat 'em up.
And Peter?
Actually, I would leave it because I left this at my uncle's house, so I'm gonna leave it.
I guess you don't need a sleeve if you don't have the game, right?
Exactly, yeah.
The next title is Baseball Stars. Linda, would you sleeve it or leave it?
I would say no, because I didn't like that version.
Really? I love Baseball Stars.
I don't know. Just something about it. I like the regular black box.
And Mikey?
I'm gonna have to agree with Linda because I don't know much about Baseball
It's a
Stars. I've
good
never
baseball
played it
game.
before.
Dan?
No, I would leave this one as well.
Holy shit.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Bones?
Yeah, it's gonna be left as well.
God damn it! Peter?
Well, had somebody sleeved my copy, I'm sure it would work now, but it definitely doesn't. So I guess my copy will leave, but overall, we should probably sleeve this game.
See, somebody that do you actually like Baseball Stars?
I enjoy almost every baseball game. They're not great, but
Baseball
it's
Stars
still.
is actually a pretty decent game, though, in my opinion. I like Baseball Stars.
I'll have to go back and replay it for sure.
Awesome. Okay, the next title is Captain America and the Avengers for the Super NES. Mikey, would you sleeve it or leave it?
Yes, I actually like this game.
Peter?
Oh, I tried it the other day and I didn't do very good at it, but it is a good looking game. So since it looks good, we got to keep it looking good. I'll sleeve it.
Bones?
I honestly have not played that game, so I know nothing about it, but since I'm hearing good things about it, I guess I would have to go with sleeving it.
And Dan?
Yeah, Bones, definitely check this game out. It's a pretty good beat 'em up. So for me, it's definitely a sleeve.
And Linda?
Yeah, I like this game.
I don't think I've played it, but
Ah,
yeah.
It's kind of like mostly X-Men beat 'em up game, Marvel games where you just literally just run around and punch people.
That's always a good game to play.
Oh yeah.
Okay, on to the next segment. Guess that box art. We'll start with Mikey. Do you know the first image here?
Some type of dragon game's the only thing I can think of. I have no clue.
Bones, any clue?
Now, the top picture looks very familiar, but I can't pinpoint it. The second one, I have no idea.
Linda? A guess on the top one?
Can we get a console, please?
Yes, NES.
Ooh, wait. Looks familiar. Castlevania?
No.
Oh, okay.
Pete, any guesses?
I'm gonna go with Star Tropics.
No.
Definitely not that. No.
All right, Dan. What is it?
This would be Battle of Olympus, right?
Yep, that's it.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
snap.
Yep. I've
Nice.
actually guessed this game for many previous box
many
arts.
podcasts.
So finally,
Oh, yeah, that's why it looked familiar. Yeah.
Dan actually guessed this game for like 3 or 4 podcasts.
yeah.
Nice.
And I finally was like, screw it, I'm putting it in here. And we'll start with Bones, second image.
I have no idea.
No idea at all?
It looks like a horror show to me.
All right,
I'd like a
so
kid's western.
I'll tell you the console. Maybe that'll give you a little hint. Super NES.
Still no idea. It's a scary picture of something from Chuck E. Cheese.
This is a fantastic game. I know this cover.
I know you know this one.
Yeah.
Dan, do you know?
I do know. Do you want me to guess, or somebody else give me a
Mikey,
guess?
do you know?
No.
You want to give it a guess? Super NES.
Oh, Mikey's gonna kick himself after we reveal this because we were just talking about this earlier.
Pac-Man in Time?
Oh, not that game. Sorry.
Linda, do you know?
Donkey Kong.
Yep. DK.
Country 2.
Yep, 2. You got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
the one I sold you. Okay.
That's it's like one of the little characters from Donkey Kong 2 that I remember.
Yeah, the blue fish right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Nguarde, and then in the foreground you have the rat who
Right.
is
Yep.
ubiquitous across the Donkey Kong games.
Yep.
That's why he looked familiar.
He's always running at you, trying to kill you.
Yeah,
Stupid ass.
and in the back is that piranha chomping guy
Yep.
who super sucks.
Okay, on to the next segment. Logo sleeve of the month. This month goes to WavesNGames, which is Peter Bateman.
Hey, that's me.
Yes.
It's me.
We actually just designed a sleeve for him. He did a lot of the art on this. Actually, all I had to do was put the sleeve together. He did the art.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Came
I
out
like
really
it a
good.
lot.
Yep.
I like the color contrast.
All the proceeds of the sleeve go directly to Peter. So please, by all means,
Thanks.
contact him, contact me, and we will make this sleeve happen for you. And the next segment is franchise of the month. Dan, take it away.
Alrighty. For this month, I chose Streets of Rage. Mainly because Streets of Rage 4 just came out, and I think I mentioned in a previous podcast that was one of my latest editions, downloads, and it's a great game. But I'm a big fan of the series. So, anybody else out there? Are you fans of the series or played any of these games?
We'll start with Bones. Go ahead.
Definitely a fan of the series. Love 1, 2, and 3. Never played 4. I remember still going back. I don't remember which one it was, but you could do the sound checks. And me and my buddy, when we were young, we used to go in and make them just do stupid sound check noises. We used to do that for like at least an hour the one time. It was absolutely hilarious. It made them sound like they were saying wino grass or meatball.
Nice.
Definitely is a real good game as far as a beat 'em up goes. And in my opinion, it's one of the best on the Genesis. So,
And Linda.
Yeah, I really, really like 1. Anybody who streams it, I'll just watch it. I remember Corey O was just streaming it, trying to get the high score, and I could just sit there and watch that game forever. I've not played 4 yet. I have seen people stream it. I like characters. A little iffy on the actual like shading and design that they did, but I see where they're going with it because it was on, the new console, so they're trying to like revamp it. But for me, I do like Streets of Rage. It's a good one.
Mikey.
Well, growing up, I didn't have a Sega Genesis, so I really haven't got into Streets of Rage that much. But what I have played, I have enjoyed. Played 1, 2, and 3, not to completion, and I haven't touched 4 yet.
Dan, back to you with it.
Yeah, I mean, 4 is pretty good. It's definitely a throwback to the, but yeah, they do have this new cell shaded graphics that might be a little jarring. If you're used to the old school pixel graphics, but this series, number 2 is my favorite. I think the jump between when the original Streets Rage and when Streets Rage 2 came out, I thought it was a big improvement. So that's definitely my favorite game in the series, but a great series overall.
And Pete?
I actually, like Mikey, didn't have a Genesis growing up, so I have not played these games. I think I saw Captain Algebra maybe stream them one time, and I was like, "Oh, cool, beat him up." That's my extent of experience with them.
You would probably like these games just for the soundtracks alone.
Yeah, I know that the Streets of Rage soundtrack is one of the better ones from the Genesis because I have listened to it before.
Right. Okay, on to the next segment. This is where we're going to talk to you, Peter.
Me?
Yes.
Oh no.
We're going to get to know you and what exactly you do on YouTube and what you do for the community. So.
Oh yeah, sure.
Go ahead and take it away.
So hey guys, I'm Peter. I run the channel WavesNGames, and I also run the channel Peter Bateman, which was taken away by YouTube back in November, but given back in February. But by that time, I was already full bore into WavesNGames. So don't go look at the other stuff. So for WavesNGames, the original concept for the channel was to talk mainly about sound and music in games. That's where the waves part comes from. And then I went away from that pretty fast because I had an idea, because I wanted to tell everybody's stories if I could. And so I started the Gamer Tales series, where people will send me their stories as audio clips, and then I take those audio clips and try to do an animatic or slight animation representation of what the story is. And I try to keep it light and some jokes in there, like the one for Chris Pico. He talks about it being 2 weeks, and so I said that I called it a fortnight and used Fortnite memes during that one. And then Jay Loves, she talked about being in the hospital, but she'll still try to throw in like memes to make it a little bit lighter, even though it was a heavy subject. And it's really cool just to see the different stories that people have surrounding gaming. So that's one portion of my channel. And then the other part is I do live streams. I try to do every Sunday around 4 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. But like soon I have a birthday party to go to, so I'll have to stream earlier. And so life happens, but I try to keep it consistent. Recently, I had a new baby, and so I didn't. My wife did. Thanks.
You're welcome.
And so I took a month off from streaming and kind of just keeping the family going. But now we're back to it and trying to keep it going. So that's what's going on right now. And then as for the future for the channel, I want to start to bring in the sound and music aspect that I wanted to do. So I want to do some videos like my top 3 underrated soundtracks. What does it take to make a song for like a menu theme, and then to make one for the video and for a fake game or whatever, and just stuff like that. I think will be really exciting and fun to do for the channel.
Now, do you also do intros and outros?
Oh yeah. So yeah. So for what I do for the community, you asked that already. So my first community effort that I did, I worked with Do You Nerd to do their theme song. That was where I started at. So Tom and Lacey and I are super good friends. We became friends long before any of us started doing YouTube. And when they started their channel, they said, "Hey, you write music, right?" And I said, "Yeah, I can write music." And they said, "We need a theme that is nerdy, but not too video gamey, but also is video gamey, but is fun and fast." And I was like, "Okay, yeah." So that's how the Do You Nerd theme came about. And then about a year after that, they wanted to do a collaboration with Captain Algebra, and so I reached out to him to get his theme song. He said, "Oh, I don't have one," and that's when I started writing themes for other people too. So I went to Captain Algebra, I got a theme for him. T Belly, J Love, I did some music for her. Linda, I've done her outro music. I did Retro Mikey's opening and closing, both the animation and the music, and Captain Algebra's live stream transitions. So I do animations as well to keep the community going, do what I can. So yeah, music, animation, sound effects. That's kind of where my wheelhouse lies.
Nice. What do you collect the most?
Oh, jeez. If I look, so I'm in my game room area right now, and I have right now technically the most I have is NES, and that's because they're easy to obtain. But my next highest is in Nintendo 64, and that is definitely where the end of Super Nintendo and 64 is where a lot of my nostalgia lies. So that's where I try to collect the most. I would guess I wouldn't say system wise. I would really say like games from 95 to 2001. That's what I collect.
Are you ever thought about going for like a complete collection of like N64 example?
No, my wife would kill me if I went for a complete collection. So my main goal right now is to get every game that I grew up playing, whether I own them or my friends own them or my cousins own them. I just want to bring them all into one place. I'm getting pretty close. I have about 7 to 10 games left right now to do that. But along the way, I've collected a lot of games that I never played, like Captain Skyhawk on NES. I picked that up a couple years back and never played it before, but really enjoyed it. It's super hard, by the way, if you've never played it, but it's still kind of a fun game.
It is a fun game. I actually have that game. Really good game. What types of games do you like playing?
My favorite to play, honestly, are either puzzle games or platformers or puzzle platformers. So, like for Super Nintendo, obviously the Donkey Kong Country series is tops for me. I really enjoy Wario Woods. I'm going to be trying out Pack Attack here in the next couple days, I think, because Mikey pointed it out to me that is a puzzle game that's based on Pac-Man. So I'm going to check that one out. And then as we get further into games, I really enjoy, like on PS2, the Sly Cooper series, which is technically a 3D puzzle platformer. So I really enjoyed how the genres of platforming and puzzling games have evolved throughout time. And so those are definitely the ones that I kind of lean more towards playing often. That and freaking extreme sports games. I've been playing like Tony Hawk since day one, like the day that this demo disc hit Pizza Hut, we had it. My friend had it, and I played that first level. I don't know how many times. Even now, I still go back and play Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2X on original Xbox and just play the warehouse for fun because that's where it's at.
I'm sure you're ecstatic that Tony Hawk's coming out again, though. Huh?
Yeah, I actually just pre-ordered the collector's edition. This will be the first and
Oh,
only
you're lucky,
collected.
man.
Yeah, I know.
Sold out within like 5 seconds.
I don't know how I got it. I'm very excited. But this is like the only collector's edition of a game that I've ever gotten, and it's just because
Nostalgic.
that series, yeah, it's nostalgic, and the series definitely had a huge impact on my life. I was skateboarding before the game came out, but after the game came out, obviously I skated even more, and I've never stopped skating. In fact, for my daughter's second birthday, I got her a skateboard. So skateboarding has been like a huge part of my life, and so the Tony Hawk series being revamped is just like tops right there. I'm so stoked.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna turn it over to these guys. These guys are gonna start asking you some questions.
Oh, it's a jury? I didn't realize
yeah,
that.
it's definitely a jury. You're getting judged right now.
Guilty.
Damn, he didn't even give you a trial. He was like, "Screw you, you're guilty."
Well, like, what's my charge? I don't even know. I'm just guilty.
Yeah, you're guilty by association.
Oh no, Linkin Park's a great band.
All right, Bones, you want to start it off?
Sure. All right, Pete, do you like to, in your opinion, collect more retro or more modern games?
Um, I think right now I'm definitely doing more retro. I think the furthest, like I guess most recent games that I'm collecting are 360 games. I don't know if those are considered retro yet or not, but that's as far up as I'm going. I do pick up the Xbox One game here and there, but really majority of the stuff I pick up lately has been retro games.
Yeah. I'm pretty much the same way. Unless Mike
Nice,
gets me to buy a more modern game, or I talk him into getting one.
nice.
uh, when you do music for your channels, do you plan on continuing to do that from here on out on YouTube?
Sorry, can you repeat that question?
Do you want to continue to always do these video or intros for people on YouTube
Oh,
with
heck
the
yeah.
music you do and everything?
It's super fun. I enjoy writing music for people, and the animations have been a newer thing that I've started. I mean, I've been doing like light animation for a while, but putting myself out there for people is been really exciting to see the reception of my work, and I guess I just really like being praised. So as long as I keep making good stuff, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Hey, you might have some people in here that are looking to get some stuff done, including myself. So,
Oh yeah, of course.
um, any other questions, Bones?
You said you like to do streams. Now, I haven't caught any of them yet. I'm gonna have to check your channel out. What would you say was your top stream, your favorite stream you did so far?
Uh, it's gonna have to be the one where my brother came over and we played like Three Ninjas and Mortal Kombat and what else we played? Just like a bunch of random Super Nintendo games. But it's really cool having another person here to punch when I needed to really physically punch somebody.
I haven't heard
So,
that one yet. That's the first time I heard that.
no, that's awesome.
Don't lie, don't lie. You love playing that Super Trolls Island.
Whatever, man. Get it. Super Troll Island is the worst game I've ever played on Super. Actually, that's not true. That is not true. It is a hard game because the controls are bad and the screen is way too zoomed in. But it is not the worst game I've ever played on Super Nintendo.
Yes, but it was fun to watch you play it.
Oh, I'm glad you had fun watching me suffer through that game. I ended up beating it. I did film that, but I was listening to copyrighted music while I beat it, so I can't post that video.
Stupid YouTube.
Yeah, right.
Bones, any other questions?
I have one more. Do you
Yeah.
have any plans on sleeving anything in your collection?
Yeah, so right now my plans are actually I need sleeves for Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3, because why don't I have that yet? What am I thinking? I need my Donkey Kong Country sleeves 1 and 3. I would say 2, but I have that one complete in box thanks to Mikey. So that actually I put that back in its box when I'm not playing it. So those are my top ones right now. And
You
then
want to know something funny about that though? Like, you can actually put the sleeve inside of the box.
oh, well then why am I not sleeving it? What the heck am I doing?
Dan, thanks to DanCavDragon. He's the one that like figured all this stuff out. He started getting these sleeves and putting them inside the box. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. I
Nice.
put it inside the box. I'm like, oh, I never knew that. I never knew they even fit.
So why, Dan? You got to tell them why.
I mean, well, I'm a complete in box collector, but I mean, the games themselves mean a lot to me, and they just look great. I mean, these cartridges used to have like plastic sleeves, and then they stopped doing that, and so you could definitely, spruce up your complete in box version with a custom sleeve. I think there's no better way to do that. If you really like a game, there's no better way to. It's no better use of the sleeve than to just add more nostalgic value to your game.
Well, in that case, I also need sleeves for Super Mario Kart 64, Wave Race 64, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 64, GoldenEye 64, Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. Because if I'm going with my CIB collection, I'm going to sleeve those. We're going to have to get a good order going.
Also, is one other thing there. Dan had said, which makes a lot of sense. When you take a game out, say you're Donkey Kong Country, and you're planning on playing it, but you're probably going to play it for a couple of days, and it's going to be sitting out. You don't want to be opening and closing that box numerous times. You now have a sleeve to keep it protected when it's not in the box when you're playing it and taking it in and out of the system, but not going in and out of the box. I thought that was
That's
pretty
true.
ingenious.
Yeah, that was
That is a good
that's
point.
originally Dan's idea, was taking it out of the box, leaving it
Yeah.
out for a few days while you're playing it, or however long you want to play it for, and then finally like putting it in, and that was one way to protect the game without opening the box 100 times.
Yeah,
Nice.
definitely. Yep.
But you also got to get some of your logo sleeves, apparently. You know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Any
I mean,
questions?
why work on that art if I'm not going to put it on, get a sleeve, right?
Bones. Any other questions?
That's it.
All right, next one, Dan. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm curious about your background in music. What instruments do you play? And have you been playing a long time? Was that something you've done since childhood?
So I started playing piano when I was 12, I think. No, 10. 10's when my mom started teaching me piano. I stopped reading music at 10 and 2 months because I hate reading sheet music. So after that, I started learning how to play by ear. And so I just played piano until I was 16 or 17. And I definitely wanted all the girls to like me. So I got a guitar. And then from there, I learned how to play. I play acoustic guitar and electric guitar, which are different, different styles of playing. I also currently have a mandolin. Oh, I have two mandolins, banjo, a mountain dulcimer, a penny whistle, a violin. The violin's actually kind of cool. It's my wife's great grandfather's that he played in the LA Philharmonic, and my mother-in-law gave it to me for a wedding gift. And so when she gave it to me, all the parts were off of it, and she's like, "Oh, I don't know if this works anymore." And I put it together within like 2 minutes and started playing it. I was like, "Yeah, it works great." So I pretty much play anything with strings. I do percussion as well as keys, and so with being able to play a keyboard, I have access to every instrument in the world through MIDI, and then that's where I do a lot of my gaming type music, except Retro Mikey's theme. That's all electric guitar, and then digital drums. But just depending on what the mood is, I can switch back and forth.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I was gonna ask you, when you record intros, outros, are you doing that just digitally, or are you actually playing the instrument? And you just answered it, so.
yeah, no, it depends, and it really depends on what they're looking for. Like for Linda's outro, actually, I was given Solid Nate's what I call the whisper track, and
Yeah.
I had to turn that up. But then I played on actual piano before, like trying to figure out what notes he was singing, and then from there I transposed it into digital instruments, and also I think I used my 8-bit tracker as well for that piece.
Any other questions, Dan?
Yeah, just one more. So what? We had Streets of Rage up as the franchise of the month, which has great music. But what are some other video game series or composers that you think that you like?
Oh, David Wise. It's the only one, right? We're done. I'm just kidding. So yeah, obviously David Wise is like top notch for me. I love that guy's stuff. And then Grant Kirkhope. So GoldenEye, Banjo Kazooie. I like what is his name? The guy who does everything. David Soul. He does the Elder Scrolls games. I listen to a lot of his music while I'm working. So that's a good one for sure. Koji Kondo and everybody on that team. Man, those are definitely the top where I would go just straight up. And then that's all Nintendo and like later generation stuff. And For Sega though, like I don't really know a lot, and so the only soundtracks I know are Streets of Rage, Comic Zone, and Kid Chameleon, and then obviously Sonic, because that's the games that I grew up playing. But outside of that, I don't know like any of the composers for Sega stuff.
I'm sure you'll get to know who they are over time.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Cool. That's it for me.
Okay, Linda.
Cool.
Is there any instrument that you want to learn that you haven't learned?
I would really like to get into woodwinds. I don't know. So I took an apprenticeship one time working on band instruments. I did that for about 6 or 7 months. So I know how to fix woodwind instruments. I can do spring replacements and pads and everything, leveling that pads and all that. And during that time, I learned how to play a scale on each instrument, but I can't really play them. And so I would like to be able to play the flute. I think that would be a really cool addition to a lot of my repertoire. Outside of the flute, I want to play saxophone, and my wife hates the saxophone. So I guess if I outlive her, I will learn saxophone.
Oh, it is loud, I will say. It's one of those ones that could actually make people go deaf.
Oh yeah.
I do have her sentiment.
Yeah,
Oh,
so woodwinds and brass. I guess not so much brass, but woodwinds for sure.
oh yeah. Hopefully, if you do play saxophone, just like play it in the garage somewhere.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I do have my office here in the basement that when the door's closed, it's 30% soundproof, so that's good, right?
Yeah. Has there ever been a song request by somebody that you couldn't do because you're like, that's just too out there for me to do?
I know that Tom has asked me from Do You Nerd has asked me for some music that I wouldn't say it was too far out there, but I attempted it and it did not turn out very well. and no one will ever know about it because we didn't broadcast it, so no big deal.
Yeah.
Well, now you just did.
Well, oh no, but they don't know what song it was and they don't know what
No,
it sounded
no,
like.
you
So
don't. No.
Yeah.
it was a Journey song. It didn't turn out good.
Have you ever thought of making music for any video games, or have you made any music for any video games?
I mean, I've made music for the games that I've made myself. Outside of that, I've only ever done sound design for games. I mean, quick plug if that's okay. There's a game that just came out on iOS called Echoes of Aeons, and I did magic sound design for that game. So if you guys want to check that out, it's available now. And then I also did dialogue editing on Call of Duty Modern Warfare. So
Really? What part?
they're not called announcers, but the people that talk in your ear during the co-op campaign, I did that dialogue editing for that.
Nice. It's cool.
Yeah, so if you guys check out the credits, I'm there. It really happened.
Dude, I never check out the credits, but now I will.
Yeah.
Go find it. Hey, I know him.
It actually the Infinity Ward is really cool. They hold their sound department pretty high up in regards, and so the sound team is actually above some of the animators in the credits. So it's pretty cool that we come really fast in the credits rolls.
Dude, you definitely need to tweet out that game you just did so that we all know about it, but
Oh yeah, definitely.
would have never known. That's so cool. Have you ever tried to go and work for like any company? And what is like your dream company if you ever did decide to go like full time be there?
So I did go work for Infinity Ward. I did a contract position for them. I was there from August to November of 2019, right before the game came out. But I would honestly like to work for Sucker Punch, the studio that makes Sly Cooper. I think that they have a really cool atmosphere and good philosophy in games. And then, other than Sucker Punch, I would like to work for Blizzard, mainly because Blizzard is a family company for me. My aunt was a technical artist there. She's a senior technical artist, or was. She's since left, but she worked on Diablo 3 and Overwatch. And then my uncle works there. He is a game balancer for World of Warcraft. And then his brother and his sister-in-law. They work there on the World of Warcraft team as well, and then her sister. So my uncle's sister-in-law's sister also works there as a producer. So it's definitely a family affair at Blizzard for us. So that's where I would like to be, just to be part of that family. And then my brother-in-law also works for EA on Star Wars Heroes. What's the mobile game? I don't have my phone on me.
No clue on that one.
Me neither.
There's a Star Wars Heroes game that EA makes for mobile, and so I would enjoy working there as well, just because, again, family is there, and it's Star Wars. Like, who doesn't want to work on Star Wars?
Yeah, man, that'd be cool to be working on that. Yeah, that's my last question. So
Nice.
Okay, Mikey.
really cool.
All right, Pete. You said you didn't grow up with the Genesis like me. So, what is your favorite stuff that you grew up with, and what's your favorite franchise?
Oh, okay. So definitely Super Nintendo. I think Super Nintendo is my favorite console that I grew up with. I didn't actually get a Super Nintendo until I was 10, though, and that's when PlayStation 1 was already out. So my friend next door was like, "Hey, we don't want this anymore because we have PlayStation. Here you go." And I was like, "Heck yeah, Super Mario World all day!" But so on Super Nintendo, definitely Donkey Kong Country games are my favorite franchise. And then you can't really go wrong with Mario, unless it's Mario is missing. Then we all know.
Well, we all consider that game missing in the legacy.
Yeah.
So I know you've done intros for other people and you've done intros for me. Is there anybody that you're thinking about, you might think about just reaching out to and asking if they want an intro or anything? I know there's different YouTubers you watch.
Yeah, so I think Megadan and I have started some talks. It sounds really like uncertain. I think we started talking. No, we started talking a couple months back about doing some stuff. I'd like to work with Megadan. He's a really, really chill guy. But like bigger, like way bigger, I would like to change Smash GT's intro because it's boring. Who else would I like to work with? Honestly, there's a lot of people out there who. The thing is, I don't feel like anyone is too big to reach out to. Like honestly, yesterday I was thinking, hey, I wonder if I tweet at Grant Kirkhope if he would do a gamer tale. Because the first person that did a gamer tale for me was Marshall McGee, who is a sound design. He does sound design for video games, and he and I just reached out to him on Twitter, and we just started talking, and everything was cool. And he's gotten really big since then, but at the same time, I feel like everyone's accessible on YouTube, or on Twitter, so I could work with almost anybody. But yeah, I think right now Megadan, the hard ones to work for me to think about working with are like Russ Lyman and Gaming Off the Grid, because both of them, they're fantastic musicians, both channels. So Robert and Wes over at Gaming Off the Grid, and then Russ Lyman, they're all fantastic musicians. So me going to them and saying, "Hey guys, do you want some music?" It's like going to a butcher and saying, "Hey, I brought some beef that I just cut up at my house. Do you want to buy it?" So yeah, I guess that's the answer I would have right now is work with Megadan is my next step, and then shoot for the stars and just go for someone who's way outside of what would be considered my league and just see what happens.
Hey, you don't know unless you try, right?
Exactly.
The worst that can be said is no.
Or nothing.
Or nothing. Yeah, but
I did reach out
at least you tried.
I did reach out to Nakey Jakey. I don't know if you guys ever watched his channel before. He does a lot of video essays on just like gaming and nostalgia and stuff. But I was like, hey, I wonder if he'll do a gamer tale. And I reached out to him, and he didn't say anything. I was like, yeah, cool. But then Square Eyed Jack, who's another larger gaming YouTuber, at least we had a good conversation. He said, I'll think about it, which I understand. He's busy, but at least again, you know that you can just reach out to anybody, and if they answer, they answer. If they don't, you move on. No big deal.
Any other questions, Mike?
Nope, all the questions I was wanting to ask pretty much got asked before that.
Okay, Pete, do you have any questions for us?
What instruments do you guys play? Do you guys play any instruments?
Yeah.
I do, or I used to. I don't play anymore.
So we'll start with Chris of Video Games Dust Sleeve. What did you used to play?
Drums.
Nice. What I guess you play a full trap set, or were you marching band?
Trap set.
Nice. What's I guess did you ever have a drumming god that you aspired to be?
No, not really. I just play
That's
for
cool.
fun. Nothing crazy.
I don't have a guitar god I aspire to be either. People ask me that before, and I'm like, nah. I just want to play music, man.
Yeah.
Linda, I think I heard you say you play something.
Yeah. Bass guitar. And then I was drums, but I was snare drum, and then I moved to marching band quad. And
Nice.
then I was for a little bit backup, like there when they needed me, and then it was occasional when they were down, bass. Like every now and then I would play, but for the most part that was my main. And then got my grandpa's old guitar and my uncle Becky's old guitar, so I'm learning guitar as we speak right now.
That's crazy because I don't even hear it in the background.
Wah, wah.
I'm a dad.
I know you are. You're funny.
Did anybody else play?
I
No,
played
I do
the sousaphone until middle school, and then I decided carrying that heavy thing was not worth my time. And
Yeah, I was about to say, are you like super jacked from playing sousaphone?
no, no.
Bones. His name is Bones for a reason.
Yeah. Nice. So we got drummers and we got guitarists and we got sousaphone. The only thing we need for a band is a keys player. Can anybody press a single key on an arpeggiator?
I can play chords because we had to, as you had to learn for like an apprenticeship. That was in choir. We would get tested on chords. So he'd be like A minor, and I would have to go to the piano and play an A minor. Don't ask me to play anything else, but I can just go through the chords now. And you haven't done that forever, so I'd have to like backtrack and like figure out placements. But
Mhm.
I learned that was minor stuff. So I got you if it's just repetitive, like the G chord repetitively played. I got you.
Nice. So it sounds like we have a band. So next time we're gonna
Remember School of Rock where he just gave the bass player, he's like, just play G.
cello.
G.
Hello.
That part always bothers me because the cello and the bass are not tuned the same at all. So it's
No, they're not.
They're not.
You'll find out the hard way when you're tuning anything that they're not. They're close. A lot of stuff is close.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Well, it's like a mandolin is essentially an upside down guitar, but or it's a violin, depending on who you talk to. It's the same.
Don't start me with the ukulele.
Oh yeah, ukulele. Like, what's up with that? Why you got a high string and a low string?
I
And
don't know. That is the
Yeah.
weirdest combination I've ever seen.
I agree. I guess another question I would have is, this is obviously for everyone. What game in your collection do you feel that you are like, I guess, most regret getting? You're just like, oh, why do I still have this thing around?
I'll go first. Any sports title in my collection.
Yeah. Especially if it's on original Xbox and you're like, I can't even play this anymore. What the heck?
Go ahead, Bones.
So that's a tough one. Like, I'd have to say some of the import games that I bought that I cannot truly play, like Mega CD game, or even some other just PAL version games that just can't be played here. Final Fight on Sega CD is one of them. I have the Japanese version. Why? Why do I have it?
Right.
I don't even know. Like that would probably be what I pick. Otherwise, I'd keep my sports titles, Chris. So
Well, I keep mine too, but I'm just saying, like, if I had to get rid of anything, I think it would be my sports title.
Yeah. What about you, Dan?
Man, it's tough for the collectors. We like to collect everything, right? So it's hard to...
Hold up,
Yeah.
just to let you know, there's at least 4 of us in here that are collectors. Like, everything we get, we keep.
But I mean, I'll put it this way: things I wouldn't mind losing in my collection, or games that if they went missing, I wouldn't cry too much. There's a lot of shovelware on like the Nintendo handheld systems, of the Game Boy, the DS, and the 3DS. There's a lot of crappy, cheap games for those systems that I probably wouldn't miss if I if I lost them.
Whatever. You love Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen.
You know it.
I have too many of those games, but yeah. But
I'm pretty sure there's like 20 of them out there.
Yeah. So I don't miss those at all.
Mikey?
Well, since I'm going for complete cube set, I'm going to do a game I'm going to regret buying because I have not bought it yet. And that's going to be Pokemon Box for the GameCube. I do not like Pokemon games. I have to have it to have a complete GameCube set, and it costs almost $700.
No way.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here with my mouth open very wide. You can't see this. And I'm not. I want to make this clear that I'm not aghast at the price of the Pokemon game. I'm aghast that Mikey does not like Pokemon.
Ding 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 ding.
Yeah, I'm not a big Pokemon gamer. I do not like the Pokemon games.
Just get on Pokemon Go. Start there. It's really simple. You'll get it, and you'll be addicted. Just do it, man.
The only Pokemon that I can withstand is Squirtle.
Squirtle is awesome. I was gonna say you have a freaking Squirtle Funko Pop in your background, man. How do you not like Pokemon?
I haven't done the pickup video for that yet.
Shh. Nobody's supposed to know about that.
But it's in all your videos.
I know. I'm shooting that video tomorrow.
Oh no.
It's been sitting there for 3 weeks.
Yeah, I noticed it. I was like, "Oh, I love Squirtle." I didn't say anything about it because I didn't want to.
What nobody realizes is I also have a little tiny one sitting there in the corner.
Well, if you don't want it, I mean, I can write you some more music.
That giant one, the giant one's a Target exclusive. I found it at Target for $30.
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, $30. Ooh, I don't know. I'm such a thrifty, frugal collector though. I'm very like anything over $20. I'm like, I don't know. Let's talk about that. I think the only thing in my collection over 20 that I paid for was like Super Mario RPG, because that game is awesome, and I think that's it.
Well, the Squirtle, April was supposed to be looking at clothes. I said, hey, I'm going to go over here and see if there's any amiibos that we don't have. I come walking back over, and I got this big, huge ass Squirtle hidden behind my back, and she's like, what do you have? It's like, nothing.
Nothing. Don't worry. What about you, Linda? I think we skipped over you.
Oh no, you're good. I would have to say games that I got and regretted was all the CSI games. Anything NCIS, CSI, Marvel games. I don't know why I keep them. I just have them.
Are they? I would imagine they'd be like point and clicks. Are they like that, or are they?
They are technically point and clicks, but they're horrible style, like narrative point and click kind of games. Because I like point and click games, but for like the first one was like CSI for the PS2. Literally doesn't help you. The lighting's horrible. You play it, you don't know what you're doing, so you ask for a clue. Keeps telling you repeatedly that if you ask for the clue, you're gonna get points docked from you. But you're like, and I don't know what I'm doing. Just give me the. Oh no! But are you serious? I'm like, I just need a clue. Stop talking to me about how you're gonna dock me. I don't care anymore.
Nice.
So you literally like every other like time you're like stuck, it's just like it felt like every level I was stuck, and it wasn't a good thing. Like played some games where I'm stuck and I'm like, okay, well this is just like hysterical. No, this is just a grind fest of boring. You literally have no reason why other than you're just like, I like the show. It's like when I went to Vegas the first time and saw that they had a CSI thing, and I was like all excited, and it literally was just you push buttons, and I was just like, this is the worst game ever made.
Wait,
Yeah,
every game
it's all
push
around. Oh, not in a good way though, bro. Like
Oh,
you
okay.
literally walk around and you're like, okay, here's this, here's a mock-up, and you're like, oh, okay.
And is there like a narrative
Can't even
voice
like.
that's all like, in this scene of CSI, they picked up a pencil. They later found out the pencil was the murder weapon.
Oh, it actually is. You watch a video,
Oh,
then take notes. You jot down on something, and I thought it was going to be something else. Like we thought because we got pieces of paper and pencils, and I thought it was going to be that. Literally, you walk around, you look for clues. The clues are almost clearly marked because everybody else has played it and marked it on purpose just to mess with you. So you're like,
oh,
you can see everybody else's paper, you know everything. You're like, oh, this is not cool. Like, you literally, like, there's like sending in herds of people just in there. Well, now it's gonna change, but
right.
it's just really a bad thing. So, like, yeah, it's just all around CSI video games are not fun to play. I don't know why I keep them. Maybe because you can't sell them.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to buy them. I guess that's maybe why I keep it. It's like it's not worth anything. Maybe I get like 50 cents for it. I'll keep the game.
You should just like make a CSI shrine. Like get some posters and all of your games. Put them all in one corner.
In
And
the
then
background is a CSI shrine. Okay.
Exactly. I'm really liking this idea.
Okay. For next video, just for whatever. Well, I already have videos lined up, but for the next video that I film of a CSI, well, I don't know. I have to find out how many I have and do like a CSI like shrine in some way, shape, or form if I
Just
can.
do it like way in the background, so like only people that listen to this podcast and know that what's going on, and anybody else that notices it is like, wow, Linda really likes CSI all of a sudden.
Yeah. Definitely for sure. I'll just take all my games out that you can see on the camera. Just put the 2 or 3 or 4 whatever CSI games I have. Just
Nice.
line them up. I'll just like make them look like they're meant to be like that, and then I'm just like, is that for you?
Randomly, every video you'll see like one CSI game somewhere in there.
Yeah, like where's Waldo? Where's
Yes.
the CSI game?
This just became a CSI game in of itself. We're gonna have to actually
You gotta
look at Linda's
comment.
videos and comment where's the CSI game.
Yep. And the prize is the satisfaction of finding the CSI game.
Did Bones answer? I don't remember.
No, it was me.
No, did Bones answer the question?
No, I was in it. I answered.
I'm
Oh, you
trying
talking
to
about
remember.
over? I thought you talking about Stan.
Oh no.
That question.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I get very stuck on the very first question and then go on for a huge tangent and then bring it right back. That's why I'm good at teaching people. Just kidding.
Yeah, Bones did answer. We all answered. Did
That's
you
good.
have any other questions?
I mean, looking around at my game room and what I could ask you about something that's in here. Favorite multiplayer level, GoldenEye 64, go. That's the last question.
I never
Favorite
played GoldenEye.
multiplayer?
Whoa, hold on.
Any multiplayer game that you've played, anybody, what was your favorite?
Yeah, we'll go with that. Favorite multiplayer game that you've played? Couch co-op. Can't be online.
He literally just answered his after he asked the question. That's why he just went, GoldenEye, go.
All right, mine would be Twisted Metal.
Which one?
First one.
First one. Cool.
Sunset Riders, Super NES.
Nice.
Left 4 Dead 2.
Me, I like a good game of Bomberman with a bunch of people.
Nice.
That is good too.
Friday the 13th, because I like to kill for mother.
Linda does love Friday the 13th. Anytime I talk to Tom and Lacey, they're like, "Oh yeah, we were playing Friday the 13th with Linda this weekend." I'm like,
Yeah.
"Thanks for the invite." Slash, I don't have the game or console, but it's cool. Whatever.
Man, it's one of those games that I bought, and it's the only one that I have like a double of because I don't buy doubles anymore. Just
Mhm.
me, and that's one of the few games that I have a double of. And I know the minute the servers go down, those games are gonna be obsolete. I will
Yeah,
just keep it just for the nostalgia of having it.
very cool.
Is that it, Pete, on the questions?
Think so. I mean, I forgot that I was supposed to ask some questions, so I didn't write any down.
Hey, it's all good.
It's all good.
I don't actually ask everybody that comes in to do that. I was just
Oh, cool.
It was just a random thing. Every now and then I do it. All right. So we'll do the last segment, which is game of the month. Dan, what's your game of the month?
Ah man, I just got the Sega Genesis shooter Whip Rush, which is a pretty good shooting game, I know. And then it was somewhat hard to get, so I just added that to the collection. So I'm into shooters, so Whip Rush.
Linda?
Tony Hawk 3 because just like Last of Us, I'm getting hyped for the new Tony Hawk. And I'm hoping and crossing my fingers that it's badass and not a Tony Hawk 5.
Mikey?
I'm gonna have to go with Serious Sam. Love playing it, been streaming a lot of it, and I would not have finished the first encounter if WavesNGames wouldn't have helped me through it in the stream. Because
Nice.
the first boss or the last boss in that game was a pain in the ass.
It was. That was a fun stream, though, man. I really enjoyed watching you play Serious Sam. I'm glad we're on the second encounter now.
And Bones?
My challenge is going to be Dual Heroes for the 64, just because I couldn't find it online, and I finally did, and it was a cheap game. So I look forward to trying that thing out and seeing how bad it truly is. Unless otherwise.
We always think games are bad before they're good.
No, it's bad. It's very bad.
I had a feeling. Right there you go.
And Peter?
Honestly, my game this month is going to be DDR Max 2 on the PlayStation 2 because it's getting hotter, and I'm pretty sure I can lose some weight if I play some DDR Max 2. Plus, I have a metal arcade pad to play, so if you guys
I
are
was gonna
fans of
ask you about
DDR,
that. If you have like a metal pad, like some of them have the rails. Do you have a rail too?
I do have a rail. I never use
Nice.
it though. Like I don't know who's going to hold on to that. I'm very much a stand over the center player and move from there. Than I
No, the
am.
rail is for the hardcore people that play on the tournaments because you need the rails because they literally stand in the middle, but they lean and then they just like flick their feet back and forth so
They
fast.
do.
It's ridiculous.
It's insane. I can do a lot of songs on the higher levels, for sure, but I am definitely not tournament ready.
No, I don't think anybody's tournament ready. You literally have to be one of those people that are like so agile. It's ridiculous.
Okay. I'm going to close it out now. I want to thank you all for being here. Thanks to Peter for coming in and doing the intro podcast and us getting to know him a little better.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's super fun.
Oh, you're welcome. You're more than welcome to come back and do another podcast. And thank you to our normals that are always in here. Thank you again, guys.
Always fun to be on the podcast.
Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, don't blow, just leave. See you guys.
Bye, Internet.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.